It was a freezing winter night in Chicago. 44-year-old Mark was waiting for his bus at a dimly lit, foggy stop after a brutal 12-hour shift at a construction site. Mark was not a lazy man. Every day from AM to PM, he broke his back hauling heavy steel bars and cement bags under the unforgiving sky. But despite his relentless labor, his pockets remained empty, and his home was filled with unpaid bills. As the vintage bus finally arrived, Mark sat by the window, his body shivering from exhaustion. Suddenly, his phone buzzed. It was his 7-year-old daughter, Lily. From the other side, her sweet voice asked, "Daddy, are you going to tell me a story tonight? You always come home after I sleep." Mark's throat tightened, and tears welled up in his eyes as he looked out at the glittering city. He whispered, "Not tonight, sweetie. Daddy is stuck in traffic. Go to sleep." Hanging up, he felt a deep despair, wondering why a man who works so hard still can't afford a decent life for his children. Getting off the bus, Mark walked through a misty park, where he noticed a well-dressed, middle-aged gentleman sitting calmly on a bench. Seeing Mark's drained face and defeated posture, the stranger spoke with a gentle, comforting voice. "Is everything all right, my friend?" The emotional dam broke inside Mark. He poured his heart out, saying he works his life away, but still can't afford a simple toy for his daughter. The gentleman smiled wisely, placed a hand on Mark's shoulder, and said, "You have the strength, but you are spending it in the wrong place. You are selling your physical labor, not your mind. If you are truly serious about changing your life, meet me at this exact bench tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. I will show you the secret." The next morning at 4:45 a.m., Mark's entire body ached with pain. Every muscle screamed at him to stay in bed, but the image of his daughter's face pushed him out of the blanket. He arrived at the park exactly at 5 a.m. The gentleman was already there, holding an old leather bag. He pulled out a sturdy, metallic gray laptop and handed it to Mark. "From today, AM to AM is your silent window," the mentor said. "While the rest of the world sleeps, you will use these 2 hours to study logistics, supply chain management, and construction blueprint reading. You will learn how to manage the work you currently do with your hands. Just 2 hours every day." The initial weeks were pure hell. Waking up early, studying complex concepts, and then rushing to his 12-hour construction shift at AM was draining his remaining life force. One rainy morning, overwhelmed by exhaustion and frustration, Mark shut off his alarm and slept through the morning. When he woke up later at his construction job, he felt like an absolute loser. But that very afternoon, a massive mistake occurred at the job site. The engineering team was panicking over a flaw in the master blueprint that no one could solve. Looking at the charts, Mark suddenly recognized the error from his early morning studies. He stepped forward and calmly pointed out the flaw to the chief engineer. The entire team stared in absolute disbelief. Mark's knowledge saved the company thousands of dollars, and he was immediately promoted to assistant site supervisor. But Mark did not stop his AM routine. For the next 5 months, he sacrificed his comfort every single morning, completing an advanced online certification in project management. At the 7th month, a major real estate firm in Chicago was looking for a senior site manager. Recommended by his chief engineer, Mark went for the interview. Dressed in a sharp suit, combining his years of raw field experience with the high-level knowledge gained in those silent morning hours, Mark blew the directors away. They offered him the executive position on the spot, complete with the 6-figure salary and full family insurance. Today, Mark drives his own car to work, and in the back seat, his daughter Lily laughs joyfully with her new toys. Mark looks at his dashboard clock. It is exactly 5 a.m. His wealth didn't change overnight because of a miracle. It changed because he chose to win the war against his own laziness before the sun came up. Hard work is common. Even the poorest souls work 14 hours a day. But to break free from the cage, you must invest the best hours of your day into your own mind. If your back is against the wall, set your alarm for 5 a.m. tomorrow. Wake up before the world does, lock your distractions away, and start your silent hour. Because the man who masters his morning, masters his destiny. Are you ready to wake up at 5 a.m. tomorrow? Type, "I am ready" in the comments below. Subscribe for more raw, real stories, and we will see you at dawn.